We've got with us today in the nest, Darren Eales from Atlanta United, obviously going over to your old stomping grounds in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where the Falcons will play this Sunday. Are you giving pub recommendations to Arthur Blank?
Yeah, actually, we've got a pub crawl as part of the proceedings. So I think they needed an Englishman with them to show them the good places to go. So I'm looking forward to being back on my old stomping ground. It's going to be fun.
While we're on that topic, do you have any recommendations for any Falcons fans who may be making the trip or maybe over there, maybe sites or restaurants or anything like that that you recommend?
No, look, I mean, London's a wonderful city. So the great thing is there's tons of restaurants. Good, I would say go to a good old classic pub and have a English breakfast. That's what I'm looking forward to. Proper breakfast with none of those pancakes and sweet stuff. Just your sausage, egg, and bacon.
Awesome. How excited are you to be going on this trip, and talk about kind of how big of a deal these are for the Brits over there when they have these games?
Yeah, first thing, I mean, look, I'm an American football fan, so these games are huge when they go to London. It's a chance for, the fans from England and actually all over Europe come and travel in to watch the games. So they're real spectacles. It's a chance for those European fans to see the sport that they love. So, they're great fun. I think it's really good that it's the Falcons, because obviously that being Arthur Blank's team and being our brother club. So looking forward to that match. And, the other thing that's great for me is it's going back to my old club. So this was a stadium that when I was there, we were designing it back in the day. And the plan was it would be a soccer stadium, but the ability to play American football games. And of course, I've now come the other side of the pond and I'm in a stadium that, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which, I'd say is the best in the world. But I think Tottenham's is not bad as a second place one.
Now, Kelly mentioned Mr. Blank earlier. How much have you appreciated owner Arthur Blank for what he's done for the city of Atlanta?
Oh, Harry, he's been amazing. I mean, I think, I've spoken on record. When I was first sort of interviewing for the role, I was a little bit skeptical. I heard some stuff about Atlanta not being a sports town. But when I met Arthur Blank, I was convinced that this was something that was going to be a success because of his commitment to the city. And you've seen it from, the building of Mercedes-Benz Stadium downtown. You look at some of the arts and the buildings all over the city that's got Arthur's name on it. He's really been, just someone that's really, given his all to the city. So, you couldn't ask for a better owner. And I think, for me, what he's done with Atlanta United, it's just been incredible.
Now, I could not come on here and have you on and not talk about the Atlanta United. Now, when you look at this team right now, they're close to making the playoffs. What must be done to secure a spot besides the obvious and scoring a lot of goals?
Yeah, well, look, Harry, we're feeling good. I think, we've got 6 games to go. It's really tight. We're just outside the playoffs at the moment. But, if we could put a run together, there's still a chance of being able to host a home playoff game. So, we've got to get the results. We're getting to that critical time of the season where, we want to play attractive style, but ultimately now we've got to get the results. But we feel good. We've got Luis Araujo, a new signing that we signed from France, who's really a exciting electric player. We've got a great defense. Miles Robinson has been probably the standout for the US men's national team in the last sort of 3 or 4 months. So we feel good about the pieces, but it's great to look on paper and say, yeah, we got a chance, but we actually have to deliver now. And it's 6 big games. They're all 6 finals, and we've got to get those points. But I'm really hopeful. And what I love about America is, unlike every other sort of soccer league around the world, once you get into the playoffs, it's a whole new competition, and anyone could win it. I think we'll be a dangerous team. If we get in the playoffs, we're certainly going to be a team that others aren't going to want to face.
You mentioned some of those pieces that the Five Stripes have. One of those new pieces, obviously, Gonzalo Pineda, the new manager coming in. Did you even imagine it would be as smooth a transition as it was for him to come over and take over in the middle of the season?
No, look, I mean, I think, Gonzalo's been incredible, both on and off the pitch. The way he's sort of incorporated himself, obviously, with the players and with the coaching staff, but also with our wider organization. He's an incredible man, an incredible leader. But you're right, Kelly. I mean, he came in, it was helped by Rob Valentino. So we had an interim manager, Rob, who's been with the club for a number of years. He helped sort of set the path, set the sort of way for Gonzalo to come in. But it really has been as smooth as we could have hoped for. And that's really helpful because Gonzalo's got that experience of Major League Soccer. So he understands what we were talking about, Harry. Those 6 games, he knows there's 6 cup finals. So he's been through this before with Seattle. So I feel that that's helpful as well, because it isn't a coach who's come from a completely different league, who's perhaps still getting used to Major League Soccer. Gonzalo is someone who knows the league well and knows our players well. So I think that's helped us give ourselves this chance that we've got now. And now, Gonzalo, the players know it's our chance to grasp it and get back into the playoffs, which is what, Atlanta United's about. It's about competing for trophies, and that's what we want to do.
That's very, very important. Now, does management at the Atlanta United, do y'all encourage players to attend Falcons games as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, one of the real benefits that we have as an organization is that we have the Falcons. So, when we're playing, and particularly when our season's finished, obviously we're then going into the crunch period of the NFL season. So, it's not only our players, but like Gonzalo's, one of the first events he went to was to a Falcons game. He met with Coach Arthur Smith, and I like the synergies as well. It's great. We've got a new coach with Arthur Smith, who it's his first head coaching job. He'd been an assistant, obviously, at Tennessee, and likewise with Gonzalo, assistant at Seattle, but Atlanta United's his first coaching job. So I think, it's great that you've got two head coaches there that can share different insights. And of course, look, it's different, but I'm just as fascinated in American football. You have 53 players in the squad. Like, man, 11's tough enough in soccer. How do you deal with 53 players who all want to be playing? So I think, there's always lessons and education and learnings that you can get from the different sports. And that's something we'll definitely look to do as, the years go by, that better synergies between the Falcons and United.
Okay, DE, you my boy. I got to put some pressure on you right now. Last question. I got to put some pressure on you. Now, you can only pick one player's jersey that you can wear to a Falcons game. Who is that player, and tell the people why?
I'm going to go with 8 Pitts. So Kyle Pitts, for me, sort of that hope for the future. Obviously, he's someone that's come in as a rookie, and we're really excited about him for the franchise. I think he's an exciting player. So, I have to pick offense because that's how we build a club at Atlanta United. So I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts, number 8. And I'm calling it now. The Jets, he's going to get his first touchdown.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that. I think Falcons fans would love to see that as well. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, Darren. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the trip. We'll be looking forward to seeing what the Falcons do over there across the pond. For anyone else who wants to catch the rest of this conversation, head to fox5atlanta.com, and we'll be right back on Rise Up Tonight.